at Proton Victorange Automobile today, and I am going to look at the new S70. I can see it from the window right there. So let's see what's what. Okay, kita sekarang di dekat Proton Kajang Victorange Automobile. I've been here for quite a long time. This is the car. What's this thing called? X70, yes. I don't know why I paused for a while. So this is the new X70 in this bluish green color, which is a very nice color. At this moment, there's no test drive unit yet because apparently Proton is not letting all of the dealers have any form of test drive unit. Some kind of weird stupid thing that they're not doing. I don't know, maybe there is an explanation for it, but yeah, this model right here is the flagship X1. Apparently it does come with a body kit, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what it looks like. I'm assuming it's going to be a lot lower than you know its current height right now. So yeah, there's a little bit of overview. So this is what you get with the car and everything, and all of the bells and whistles like basically. So the only difference with the flagship X and the one below it, just the flagship, I think, is really just the sunroof. So you're paying a little bit more for the sunroof, which is fine. You know, some people would want to have it. This is a very, very nice color, and this is a very, very handsome car. I like the wheels. I don't like the black, what's it called, diamond cut wheels or something, but the wheels look very nice. It's a very nice color. It looks really, really good from the back. Yeah, S70. Look at that. Yeah, fuel door is right on the left side, and yeah, I really like the looks of this car. So this is the key. Very nice key, very heavy key too. So yeah, let's go inside and see what it feels like. So I can only film what's inside of the car and give my 2 cents about it. I can't drive it just yet, but yeah, maybe I will drive it soon. But yeah, let's focus on what's inside. So yeah, let's see. Ooh, where's unlock? Oh, that's strange. It's lock, opening the boot, and unlock, and this is supposedly to start its engine. So yeah, okay, I think it does some kind of dance. Oh no, it doesn't do that. Okay, so the lights turn on. That's nice. Let's go inside and see. Oh, the front lights also turn on. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, I'm inside the car right now. Very nice, very minimalist, I would say. Not to say minimalist, but you know, very nice shaved, clean design. So okay, let me figure out how everything works first, and then continue the video. Okay, I figured out everything. It's not that complicated, but yeah, you do have to get used to, you know, any new car. If you haven't driven a car with lots of screens and, you know, digital display, you're going to be a bit overwhelmed with how much things are happening and how much things you can actually do. But overall, I'm really liking this interior. I like sedans in general because I have a sedan, and I'm quite used to having it. And this is really nice. You know, you sit nice and, you know, low down. I mean, I think the seat is a bit low down, and the seat is an automatic seat. All the switches are here, so I can, you know, move forward and move up, I guess. I think so. I think there's a way to do that. But it's a nice sitting position. I quite like it. So yeah, I'm moving the seat right now. Okay, I'm going pretty high actually. I am going very, very high. Like, my legs are very close to the steering wheel right now. And speaking of the steering wheel, it's a nice steering wheel. I'll get into the gauge stuff in a bit later, but overall, very nice switches, very nice to feel. Look at all of this. This is your boot door. This is the switch, and it has this textured thing. Your air vents are very nice and solid, you know, none that floppy stuff right here. Door handles, I know I've been hearing a lot of stories about these door handles breaking. This is fine. I don't know how they break, but that's fine. Your switch controls are here. Your power window controls are here. And this is your window lockout control. It has a light, and this is your mirror controls and stuff like that. So yeah, and you can set the car to have its mirrors close automatically. Your wiper controls are over here, and I believe your light controls are over here as well. So yeah, let it focus properly. It's not focusing properly. That's never mind. I think I have the lights on right now. I don't really know how this works. Okay. Yep. Okay. All the lights are on right now. So yeah. You know, it has white lights in front. Very, very bright lights in front. Overall materials. This feels nice. This is soft. This thing is soft. So you'll be putting your hands here. So that feels nice. This is soft as well. All of this, I mean, it's plastic, but it's very nice plastic. It's not like terrible one. It's not like, you know, like, it's not like squishy. It's not squishy. It's not like pushing into the door and stuff like that. So feels nice and solid. Steering wheel feels nice to hold. This is also leather as well, and this door opens to have storage. It's very, very, very deep inside here, so you can put a lot of stuff, and it's carpet. It's very dark in the camera, but yeah, okay, I put that thing. So yeah, it's quite deep, so you can put a lot of stuff in here. This being a dealer car, there's lots of these plastics which I'm not allowed to pull out. You get a cup holder. You get one that's not deep for your not deep cups, and you get one that's even deeper. You can put a tumbler here. I did not bring my tumbler. I forgot that I had a tumbler. So there's something in here. It's quite interesting. There's that circle thing. Let's find out what that is. Okay, never mind. I'm sure that's a screw hole to somewhere. Your electronic parking brake, some kind of assisting, hill hold assist or something like that. There's also this more assist buttons here. This is the gear lever. It fits nice. I've never had this kind of gear lever. I've never had to hold this kind of gear lever before, so this is how it feels. So it's quite nice. So I'm assuming you just push it. Yeah, that brings it to a different drive mode and stuff like that. So it's push, 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 and pull. So that's how it works. So it feels nice. Over here, this is your wireless charging pad. This is for you to put your key fob right here. And all of this is this textured rubberized material, which is good, so that nothing flips, and you can take it off if you want to. I mean, there's no need for it to take off, but you can. And in here, there's even more storage, and it's quite deep in. Okay, let me put my wallet and see if that can go pretty much in. Yeah, you can put your wallet. I think you can put two wallets if you have two wallets. You can put two wallets. There's a USB port here, only one, but it's there. Over here is your piano control. So this is your basic air conditioning controls. So you can move all up here, and I'll get to that in a minute. This is your air vents. You can see right here, doing air vent things. It's seamlessly integrated into the dashboard, which is very nice. More padded material here. This is also padded as well. There's this nice like diamond shaped pattern here, and this is your glove box. So you push it, I think. Yeah, you push it, and yeah, there's a lot of space in here. You can actually fit your owner's manual and stuff like that. So that's a very big glove box. Closes very nicely. More storage here. You can put your bottles. You can put random stuff in there. And yeah, this is your seat belt. I don't think this is an adjustable seat belt. So yeah, it's just one placement right here. Same goes to here. And I'm just yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think it goes down. Got airbags everywhere. This is your light, one central lighting, and well, this is huge sunroof right here. You can close if you don't want it. Yeah, it's a manual door right here. You can close it and open it. So that's very nice if you don't want the harsh sun beating on you. So yeah, tannish ceiling and black leather seats. Seats feel nice. I'm very comfortable inside it. Oh, there's stuff right here. That's nice. And by the way, this is my first time seeing the car, because I didn't really pay attention to a lot of the reviews that were out, because I really wanted to experience the car firsthand. So this is my genuine first experience of the car. So yeah, there's more storage here. There's even more storage here. Wait, let me put my wallet. My wallet is my testing now. So yeah, you can put wallets. You can put multiple wallets. There's more charging ports here. There's a USB-C for charging down here. So that's good. That's good use of space, Gili. The footrest is very nice. It's very big actually. So that's good if you have big feet. So that's nice for you to rest your foot. Pedals are just normal pedals, but I like being inside this car. I am, maybe because the Kia Forte, the car that I drive, kind of has a similar seating and feel. Maybe that's why I feel very comfortable sitting inside this car. I like it a lot. And I people of my height, 173 centimeters, I think they would enjoy this seating position. A guy of my height and my size, I'm around 60-70 kilograms. I'm not a huge built guy. Yeah, I'll get to the back seats later. So yeah, let's go to the screen. Please excuse this sticker right here. I cannot remove it for dealership reasons. Let's dive into the screen. So let's start with the AC controls. You do have the controls here. So this is how you make it. Up is hot, so colder, I guess. But yeah, it's dual zone, so you can adjust it independently. I'm sure there's a button for it. I don't like that. It's very, very annoying because it doesn't it closes immediately after you've used it or something. I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like how it works. See, I I pressed something. Uh, sorry, my elbow is touching everything. But yeah, this is something that I don't really fancy. Is that the air conditioning? Okay, this is just AC max. Just making everything very cold. How do I? Okay, let's close a lot of things. Okay, this is how you control your fan speed. And see, it does that. I don't really like it when it does that. It's very, very annoying. And then you can change where where the AC is supposed to go and stuff like that. It closes very, very fast. I don't know if there's a setting that stops doing that, but it does get a bit annoying to do that. But all your controls are here. I mean, you can change your fan speed here and everything. All your basic controls are here. So there's really no need for you to go inside here unless you want to adjust something very, very specific. But yeah, that's not a very good thing, and it shows you, your actual, where the AC is going and stuff like that. On the left here is your voice command, and this is your home and your app. So when you go into stuff, you just press home and it just goes back to this screen right here. Very nice screen, very, very smooth. It might not be as smooth because this thing is here, but even with this, this giant sticker, this protection film, everything is sliding very nice. It's like a phone, so that's good right there. So okay, I just went to something. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go back to okay, so this is your navigation, this is your vehicle status, so it's your range and everything. This is how hot everything is. This is your radio function. You can change your radio mode on the steering wheel. You can have Spotify, you can have any of the apps you get for doing radio stuff. For hearing radio stuff. So this is the radio. Oh, copyright. Okay, yeah. So this is your radio control. You can see me. You can have radio, USB, Bluetooth. You can change from AM to FM. That doesn't really do anything. Okay, so it does that when you change to different radio styles, radio settings. It just brings up the volume again. So radio is quite basic. This is empty space here, which I'm sure it gets filled up if you change to different types of music. So yeah, it's just this is how you change your presets, and this is where your radio station is. And I don't want to touch anything because I don't want it to blast music again. It's quite loud actually. And over here, if you drop down, it is like a phone. If you drop down, there's more settings for you to do. There's wireless charging. You can activate that or don't activate it. There's lane. This is all the safety stuff right here. Your panoramic camera is there if you don't want to activate it. Your sunroof control, which let's see. Okay, let's open the sunroof right here. Okay, let's press this. Oh, it disappeared. Okay, so if you press that, so you can control the sunroof from here, and you can. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I opened it halfway. So yeah, there we go. So I opened it halfway. If you want to open it fully, you can. And it'll just open fully, and then you can see my hands sticking out. So it's a real sunroof. I didn't really need to show that. And if you don't want it, you can just close it back. If you just press close, it'll just close it in its entirety. So that's a very nice feature. It's very good. And I believe if you press this button, it does. Oh, sorry. If you. Okay. Yes, that's sunroof ventilation, and that will open some space right here, so you can ventilate, a fart or something. So yeah, that's sunroof control. Very simple, very straightforward. It's not a panoramic. It's not a panoramic roof. It's just a normal sunroof. So yeah, like I said, if you're done with everything, you can just go back to home, and that's how you go back to the main setting. The other stuff is all right here. Your brightness is here, so if you don't want to be blinded by how bright the screen is, you can change that. Going back to this area, this is all your settings on all your apps. It's a member center. If you're a Proton member, it's your telephone system when you hook it up to Bluetooth, which I will do in a bit later. Your shock app and stuff like that. It's very nice, very good screen. I like it a lot, and I'm going to compare it with my car later. A car that my family bought, which is a Toyota Vios, which is apparently what this car is supposed to rival with. So I'm gonna compare a lot to it. Settings. So there's a lot of settings. Like I said, this is the sunroof setting, and over here, if you can kind of see it, you can choose the settings based on what you touch. Let's say if you touch the lights, you can there's some settings that you can go around with. If you press the lock setting, there's a lot of lock type settings and stuff like that. So that's pretty good that they're using the car's visuals to do that. So if you go to vehicle information, this is something that's really cool. I like these. Oh, sorry, I pressed something. There's a button on the center console. You can change the car's colors. It's very nice. So this car is this green color. So change that. It's small things like that that makes it fun. It's just your vehicle information. You can name your car anything else if you really want to. Trunk. Strange way to say it, trunk. We don't normally say that, but yeah, there's settings for everything. There's settings for windows. There's settings for every single thing. ESC, sport, parking distance control, your whatever mode you want. Of course, you can do it on the steering wheel, but if you want to go into the settings, you can. Cockpit settings. There's day and night mode. The day mode just turns everything to white. Depends. Some people might like it. Some people won't like it. It really depends on what you like. So yeah, it just makes everything white. And the gauge cluster looks pretty nice in white, but I think a lot of people are just gonna switch it to the standard black setting. So I'm just gonna do that. You can also do it in the auto setting if you want. If you can scroll down here, and this is your ADAS features, which the flagship has. You can control every single thing in the ADAS, so you can make it more responsive. You can close them if you want to, if you don't want the speed limit and stuff like that. There's all of these things, so you have the ability to control your ADAS, which is good, which I like. Some cars don't let you have this much level of control. Lane keep assist and stuff like this, assist mode, steering control and stuff like that. Feedback warning, you can either have it audio, tactile, or both at the same time. So that's a good level of how you're able to control how the advanced safety system works in this car, which I like very much. That's very good. So that's the settings in general. If you press this thing, this just goes, same thing, just goes to the app, so you don't have to swipe it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's a screen. It's a very good screen. I really like the screen. So if you tap here, this it goes to the settings here. And this is your navigation. If you tap that, it goes to the navigation, and the navigation works similarly to the X50 and all the other X series Proton. So I don't need to show you it. It's navigation. And there's no Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I don't think it will come anytime soon because, for obvious reasons, it just won't. So you just have to live with that. And over here, you can drop down stuff. You can click here. There's news. So there's no news apparently today for the car. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh, I pressed something. I think I pressed the indicator. So if you turn on the indicator, it turns on the camera, which I forgot. Let's see the camera. 360 panoramic camera. So very nice. Quite good visibility. Quite clear. Despite me seeing all of these things, I can quite see it's quite clear. You can change the views. Okay, it's slightly lower resolution, which is fine. And then this is the reverse camera, which is the most important one. So yeah, it's quite clear. You can see the X90 number plate at the back here. A few settings. I think these are parking lines. This is the full-on 360 view, and then you can change it, and then you can move around and literally see everything. You can see there's a humongous Proton iris on the right side. I mean, that's just how 360 cameras work. They mirror all the camera footage and stuff like that. So this is a full-on 360 mode. This is to change the types of camera angles, more camera angles. So you can have these corner ones. You can have a full back one and a full frontal one. And there's some settings that you can play around with, like 3D surround inspection, which does this, which makes sure that there's no children or cats or whatever that's surrounding you completely. You can close that if you want to. Vehicle transparent is that you can make the car completely transparent. Not sure why you want to. Maybe if you want to see something that's even more hidden, you can do that. If not, it will appear as this car, and this will change depending on what settings you chose as the car color. So right now it's this green car. So yeah, 360 camera is nice. It's nice and clear, and me from the steering wheel, I can see it very clearly. So that's good. And the screen is it's rectangle. It's a rectangle, so that's a nice shape. So there's a lot of things you can slide about and more stuff to put into the screen. So yeah, you can exit that. And like I said, like I found out, when you put the turn signal, it does, activate the camera, which is very good. So that's nice. So that's really the apps. Themes. Let's see what themes we have. There's quite a few themes actually. If you can see it, most of it corresponds to the color of the car. Let's choose this one. The theme is called Atlas Default Theme Classic Yellow Joy and Stylish. Yep, that says it all. So let's apply the theme. Okay, it takes quite a bit of long time to apply the theme. Right? Okay. Oh, still not changed. Yeah. Okay, network not available. I guess you can connect to the internet to get more themes. Wallpaper. There's some free ones. Apparently, you can even buy some. I guess. I'm sure you can put your own wallpaper in the car. So let's put this wallpaper. Okay. Only available in night mode. Okay, which is good. Set for both. Okay. So there is a lock screen somehow in this car, which I will have to find. It's a screensaver as well. It's a clock. It's me. And there's search. I think, yeah, you need internet to do this. So how do I screen save? Okay. There's a way to see the clock, I'm assuming. Let's find out. Let's find out together, okay? I'll pause the video first. Okay, I found out. You drop down here, this thing, and then this is the background. So it's 10 o'clock right now on a Monday. So yeah, that's the screensaver, and then when you click it, it just goes, when you touch it, it will go back to the standard setting. I like this wallpaper. I like the blue that comes out of it. It's not black, it's not a bit boring, right? So yeah, that's the screen. Very good screen, I like it. Let's move on to the steering wheel and the gauges, or what I can access from it. We're at the steering wheel, so on your left is your driving controls, your answer and unanswer buttons for your Bluetooth, your cruise control. This is one empty thing right here, which I don't really like. We should get everything. This is the top spec. Your voice control, so if you press this, open the window.
Opening.
Nope. Okay, there we go. It opens the window. If you press it back, close the window.
Closed.
Thank you. So yeah, closes the window. It's already closed. You can ask. I think you can ask a few other things. Let me ask again. Weather. So there we go. Yeah, well, it goes to the weather app and stuff like that. Let's see if we can ask it more complicated questions. What's the weather in Kajang?
Today in Semenai.
Ooh! Oops, sorry, I interrupted you. Okay, let's ask that again. Okay, right. What's the weather in Kajang?
Today in Semenai, looks like it will be thunder shower with a high of 31 and low of 25 degrees.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good. It can answer things. It says semuanya wrong, but that's fine. It's still recording stuff. Oh, sorry, I need to close it. Oh yeah, so that's pretty good. It's a pretty decent system. I mean, honestly, in all of my previous reviews, I don't really like voice control. It's just a gimmick. Even salespeople say the same thing. So yeah, you can if you want to, but you shouldn't. If you really want to. So yeah, this is the gauge cluster, still in the steering wheel, sorry. So yeah, all your stuff is on, all your driving stuff is here. This is all your gauge cluster functions and some parts of the screen function. So you can have your mode settings here, that's your radio mode and stuff like that. And moving on to the gauge cluster itself, it's very shiny. On your left, the best thing ever, which is the tire pressure monitoring system. That's very good because there's so many potholes in this country. You need to know if your tires are flat or not. Right now it's on electronics mode, so all of the lights are on. So you can see that's where your cruise control light and everything is, your check engine light. Yeah, this is, for those who are... What did I do? I think I did something. Let me find out what I did. Okay, yeah, I accidentally, I think I pressed this thing that closed the car, and it's set to check the rear seats, which is a good feature in light of the recent cases. So I'm going to do that again. So this is the start-stop button, which is not very prominent, strangely. So yeah, if you turn it off, so it closes everything. It tells you to check your rear seat. I think that's telling me that the light is on. So if I turn it on again, so it has this thing that plays. Your tire pressure here. It tells you briefly who is seated in the car, if there's anyone in the car and stuff like that. And your speedometer here, this is where your adaptive cruise control would work and would tell you how what things are. So it's straightforward. I mean, it's kind of similar to the X50 and X90 and all the other X models. It's that kind of display. I do like this one because I guess it's a rectangle, so I kind of like it. If you change it to mode, you can change it to Jocks, which is some kind of Spotify thing. You can change to brands. I believe this is from the Shock app, which is apparently pre-installed into the car. You can see on the right here, that's where the music is coming on, and also on the very right, you see your gear, where your gears are, which gears you're in. If you keep pressing mode, it goes to the radio and it does that. That's quite annoying actually. If I want it mute and I keep changing modes, it should stay mute. That's what should happen. So you do have to get used to it. I mean, it's a small thing sometimes that annoys you. And then if you just keep scrolling, it just goes to the same thing again. I don't think I can access much things right now. So if you press home, it changes that home layout there. Okay, yeah, that keeps happening all the time. Okay, so these things control the radios, and if you press this, it says something right there. The steering wheel control has been switched to host. So only if you press this, apparently, you get to control the volume and stuff. And if you don't, you can't do anything. I'm sure these buttons would work when you're sifting through the vehicle information, which of course you can, but apparently as it's stopped, I don't know if I can't do it or whatever, you can't really access a lot of the other information in the car, which is a bit different. I guess the engine has to be actually on to do that. I've never seen that before. I think probably most cars have it too as well, I guess. I don't know, it's new. I guess it's a new car thing. Your RPM is on the left. Your fuel gauge is on the right. I like that. It's like a bar, very nice thin bar that's very nicely designed. Screen is very, very nice, very easy to read. Quite straightforward to read. Everything is flanked, and that's very nice. I like the screen as well, which is very good. But one thing I don't like is that the radio keeps turning on and playing music, which I don't really like.
Okay, play online songs.
I did not ask you to do anything, so stop it. Okay, this is the back seat now. My very smooth transition, of course. Back seat. This is a big car. This is a much bigger car. So if you've watched the other videos, they said that it's actually meant for a different segment, stuff like that. Yeah, that really does do it. I was playing with the AC vent. So yeah, a lot of space. The seat in front is kind of adjusted to my seating. It is quite far back. I have a lot of space. I still have a lot of space. So I have a lot of knee space here. I got a lot of headroom space, if you can see. Hopefully this captures well. If you can see, I have quite a lot of headroom space. That's very good. The same design carries to the back, which I like very much. This is a speaker, I think. The leather here, this nice soft material is here. There's cup holders and stuff like that. And there's storage right here. There's USB ports. And this thing, which is another hole you can put stuff. And the AC vents is very interesting. Is that I noticed that there's this thing right here, right? This plastic thing. So it's meant to really direct air to you and to the other person on the left. So the middle person can get air, but it's really meant because nobody really sits in the middle anymore. There's two USB ports. It's for charging USB-C, and this is very good. There's a USB-C port, and there's also another USB port just behind the mirror, which is a manually dimming mirror. This is this interior light right here. You push that, and a very bright light comes up. And what else? Okay, let's do the wallet test right here. I'm taking wallet out of my pants, and you can, if you have a thin enough wallet or anything that's thin, you can put it in here. It is quite deep, actually. It's very deep for what it is. Like, I can fit like most of my finger in here. I don't really have long fingers, but yeah. Moving on to this center thing, you can put it down right here. There's plastic everywhere, of course. There's two cup holders. It's very nice. It's good that it has this thing which the Toyota Vios does not have, funnily. So yeah, it doesn't have that. So yep, you put that in. There's a nice parcel shelf. That's your child seating thing. There's more airbags. There's these quarter windows which are very good. The Vios has that as well. These quarter windows. It does help a lot in terms of visibility. The back seat is, well, it's a back seat. There's not much, there's nothing exciting in the back seat. It's just a back seat. Okay, this is the boot. Huge boot. There's a button there to open it. That's good. I don't know what this is. I guess it's to stop the boot and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what it is. Boot is massive, and I believe you can fold down the seats. And under here, when you pull it up, there's a spare tire. You get all the tools right here. But wow, the boot is huge. This is proper sedan boot size. So well, there's nothing much inside the boot for us to look at. But if you are interested, you can put at least a few of those giant travel bags, and the car would just eat it up without any issue. So that's good. It's got a really nice boot, really big boot size. That's very nice. Look at that. And this is the back of the car. Nice tail light right there. So yeah, let's compare it to the Vios. Okay, I have exited the dealership. Overall, very good car. It's a shame that I can't really review it. I mean, drive it. But yeah, that's just how it is for me. So yeah, that's the Vios that my family bought. Let's give it a comparison, see how it fares. We're inside this car, and funnily, we have owned this thing for a month. I haven't reviewed it. I don't know why, I just don't feel like doing it. But yeah, this is the new Vios. It does, okay, admittedly, this car does look very nice. The fastback design is a very nice design. Not very practical, because if you are taller, you are going to suffer a bit at the back, because it's not meant for very tall people. But if you're sitting in front, it's quite nice actually. It does have a very high riding position, which some people might like. I think shorter people might enjoy that. For me, at my height, I wouldn't say I love it, but it's fine for my height. I'm gonna turn on the engine because it's freaking hot. So yeah, you get all the startup stuff. It's similar to Proton, but it's been Toyota-ized a bit. It says welcome. Something is saying welcome to me. The gauge cluster designs are a bit different than the Proton counterparts. Just so that they can differentiate. But everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, Toyota and Proton, they're kind of the same company, right? So yeah, your aircon is here. Aircon is very cold, which is very good. Temperature, okay, is your aircon. I'm just changing it to my setting. The interior is also very nice compared to the old one, the 2022 one, which is what I'm gonna call it from now on, because I don't remember the chassis number. Compared to that one, the interior feels a lot better. It's a lot more comfortable. It has an armrest that you can actually put your arm on, which is very good. This shallow storage here, this is where all your controls are. There's this color light thing. You can change the color of the light in there. You can't really see it right now. This is quite useless actually. I don't know why. There's this padding here for your knee, very good as well. And overall, the interior is a huge improvement over the old one, which I like very much. It's very comfortable, and what else am I supposed to say? Yeah, it's a nice car to be in if you're in front and if you're not super tall. If you're at the back, you're going to not be very comfortable at the back. It's got leather seats. There's air vents here, if you can see. There are air vents at the back, same as the Proton. There's air vents at the back. Of course, this car is more expensive, but Proton is, pricing the S70 to be very competitive, which is very good. Okay, there's a mirror here. No mirror here because Toyota is a bit cheapskate. There's a sunglasses holder. It's kind of padded. It's not properly padded, but there is. There's lights here. Lights are white as well, which is good. Traditional gearbox. It is a CVT, and this is the screen. Keep forgetting that. But the Toyota does remember if you turned off or if you made the radio quieter, which is a good thing. Like I said, the small things count. This is the Toyota's version of its UI. I mean, Proton has its own. I think it's called the GK UI. This is just a system that Toyota uses. I've changed the wallpaper. Right off the bat, it's not as good as the Proton one, of course. It's not as fast. There is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is good, and Apple CarPlay works very, very well. But in that case, there's your phone and stuff like that. Which you can just click right here, which I forgot to do in the S70 video. Sorry about that, I might have mentioned that. The settings are a bit less because most of the settings you can access it here actually. So this is because it's treated as two separate things. Toyota seems to like to do that, even Prodo as well. This is the 360 camera. It's okay, it's quite similar resolution. I'd say it's slightly less, but a lot better than the 2022 model. You get your corner cameras and stuff like that and everything. You can also change it to the color of the car, I think. Yeah, so yeah, I have a grey one right now, I have a black one, I have a blue one, and I have a red one, and this is my one. Okay, we paid extra for this color, okay, so we've got to be proud of it. There's also voice control, doesn't work very well as well. Yours, I already showed settings. This is your radio. The radio for me is the most annoying part. The Proton has an annoying part of the radio. This car has an annoying part of the radio, which is it's very much controlled here, and it does, for me, I know for me it's very distracting somehow. I know that there's steering wheel controls here, and I don't know, for some reason I just don't in practice when using the radio while driving, I find it more distracting than the old car, than the 2022 model. So quite a lot of I'm going back and forth comparing, because my family, we did have a 2019 Vios, which is similar to the 2022. I think there was a minor facelift with some added tech, but in terms of driving dynamics and interior wise and whatever this thing is, it's quite similar, but not much you can really do in this screen. But you know, Android Auto will do that. Will take care of that. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So some people just really want that. I mean, a lot of people don't really want inbuilt car systems because they're not as good. So yeah, I mean, having Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, that's already nice. And moving here, it's just your standard voice controls. Okay, this is your car controls. This is your cruise control stuff right here. Moving here, you can just go through the system settings. If you've watched my Prodo video, it's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, where you can control all your vehicle settings right here. So, okay, because I can drive this car, let me give you a bit of a test drive and give a verdict at the end, a half verdict, so to say. So yeah, I'm driving the Vios right now. This is the Vios. Let's put it into reverse and drive. So it has, all your electronic parking brakes and stuff like that. It's very good. I mean, to people who enjoy the extra safety features which this car has, it's good. One thing is that the sensors are a bit sensitive, so you're going to get used to having the car beeping at you a lot. Like right now, I'm reversing right now. This is the reverse beep on top of the reverse sensor. A bit annoying, but it helps you pay attention, and you can't see it right now. It's similar to the newer Produas. There's the steering angle diagram to show you where your steering is actually while you're reversing or while you're maneuvering, which is very good. So, because some people, they might not realize where your steering is, so that's a good feature that newer Produas also have. Your camera opens into the reverse camera and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna reverse out of here and just give you a quick overview of how this thing drives. One thing is, because I've been on Facebook quite a lot as well, and these Facebook warriors have been claiming that the Vios still handles like a terrible car. Admittedly, the 2019 to 2022 version of the car, the previous one, they handle poorly, very, very bad. It was very bolty. It was not a car that you would enjoy turning or doing tighter turns. It was a very comfortable car, but it is, even going on ramps, you can feel the car like this. This car handles really, really good, and I know a lot of people say it, and I'm one of them as well. This car handles really, really good. It can tackle turns much, much better than its previous version. So that's thanks to the new chassis. So it handles a lot better, and I think the bigger wheels, these are 17-inch wheels, pretty big for this size of car, but I think that helps a bit in terms of the handling itself. Now driving the car, it's comfortable. You got a, like I said, you got a quite a rather high driving position. Some people might like it. You can lower the seat, of course. You can lower the seat, but one thing I just realized is that because the passenger seat doesn't, you can't adjust it up and down, so it's set to a really high setting. So let's say if you really want a lower seating position and you lower your seat at the very very lowest point, your passenger is going to end up a bit higher, which is a bit weird because my car has the same features where you can move the seat up and down, but the passenger's one is set much lower. So I'm not sure why Toyota did that, but they could have, at least made the passenger seating a bit lower. But I guess it helps with the space, and there's a lot of space in this car. You can stretch about and everything like that. It's very very quiet. A lot of people say that this thing is a glorified Brodwa, which it kind of is at the same time, but of course there's a lot of differences. For one thing, it's much more quieter. It's a much quieter ride. It's very comfortable. It handles bumps very very well, and driving it's a nice drive. This car, it's a nice drive. It's a nice maneuvering car. It maneuvers a lot better. The old one had a very bad turning circle. This one has a much better turning circle, thanks again to its new chassis. But overall driving it's very nice. It brakes properly. It's got 4 disc brakes at the back. The base model doesn't have the model below doesn't have 4 disc brakes, which is quite sad actually. But overall, yeah, driving it. But like properly driving it. Okay, the car has essentially the same engine as the previous model, 1.5, I think. Yeah, 1.5 liter engine, makes about just over 100 horsepower. The biggest issue I have with this car, and I did not notice it while test driving it. I mean, my parents don't have an issue because they're parents. Older people generally don't have. They don't mind. Not that they don't have. They don't mind the type of performance that the car has. I mean, it does its job well. I mean, it's quite fuel efficient. It has some pickup, which is just enough for people who just need it as a car. It's a nice, comfortable car. And a lot of people say that this thing is slow. I mean, the engine is not slow because it's the same engine. What makes this car not perform the best is the gearbox. The gearbox is its biggest downfall for me. Partly because it really doesn't know what to do with anything. It has no idea what to do with the engine power and so on. It's very slow. It's quite slow to respond to a lot of things unless you really give it the beans. Only then, yeah, like right now, yeah, I'm really putting power into it. Only then it starts to like liven up and oh, I have to do things. Yeah, the gearbox is a bit slow. So if you're really the kind of person that likes to dash and accelerate really really fast, this is not the car for you. But if you're the kind of person that's fine with taking things a bit more calmly, a bit slower, so to say, this is a perfect car. This is in its own way, it is a good car. And comparing it to the city, I've never driven the city before. I know that the city has lesser tech, and for me personally, it doesn't look as good. But I'm sure, but of course, it's more practical. Both the hatchback and the sedan. This thing only comes in a sedan form, and even then, the sloping, we can see how it slopes back. So yeah, you're going to sacrifice a bit on rear space if you're the type of person that carries a lot of passengers at the back. If you do carry a lot of passengers at the back, just make sure they're short or children. That'll be fine. And of course, the elephants in the room, 2 things: no spare wheel, and the rear. There's no rear drop down armrest, which is beyond me. I don't know why they didn't do that. And yes, one more thing: the rear seats don't fall down. Also, I don't know why. I guess for rigidity purposes, they don't fall down. And yes, the lack of a spare tire. Yeah, so many people are very riled up on this. They say that this is unacceptable. It kind of is. I've never had a flat tire over my years of driving. It's really a bad luck thing. So if you do get a flat tire, it's sucks to be you, right? But yeah, it doesn't have a spare tire. You do have like a tube that you fill in the tire, and then you'll inflate the tire, and then you have just enough
to go about and fix your tire, patch it up, or change your tire if that's even necessary. But yeah, there's no spare. But most cars don't have spares nowadays too. Like well, not here, but in general in the whole world, most newer cars don't really have spare tires. Especially if the car is a hybrid or a mixture of that, because they need the extra boot space at the back to put the batteries, or if the car has much bigger rims, it's just wasting space to put the spare tire at the back. And so they just come with tire inflator kits and stuff like that. So Mercedes and BMWs do this, most of them. So I guess that's what Toyota wants to do. So yeah, it's a good car. I'm not saying that it's a bad car. I'm not saying that just because we own the car and I have to say it. It's a good car. It's very comfortable. It's very quiet. It does really good on journeys. It's fuel efficient. I mean, it's the same efficiency as the old one. It gets that much. It gets that good fuel consumption. Yeah, that's the sensor that's making the noise. Yeah, it's a bit annoying on that. Yeah. So basically, okay, let's just go down to the verdict on the Toyota Vios first. It's comfortable. It's fuel efficient. It's got decent tech. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Autos, which is already enough for you to do all the things that you want to do with the car. It's got just enough, and this is the top G model, by the way. It's got all the safety systems, which you can turn off, and you can change the settings on them a bit, though not as much as the one in the Proton, I think. Yeah, so but there are things that you can turn off if you really want to. What else? That's good. It looks good. It looks really, really nice. I really like the way it looks. The fastback look and the white color really does it well, and it looks good in most of the colors actually that the car comes in. It's got this nice brown interior actually, which is also a big point up for me. Okay, the drawbacks. It has a very slow gearbox. It's a bit impractical in the sense that the rear fastback kind of steals your headroom, and of course the spare tire and the rear comfort of having the seat fold down and the armrest not existing at all. So yeah, but for me, yeah, the biggest is the gearbox itself. So if you're the kind of person that is really into performance or a car performing the way that you want it, you might not want this car. You might opt in for a city or the S70, which brings me to a half verdict. On the inside, it feels really, really good. You sit nice. You sit in a position that I like, which is slightly lower than most of the other cars that I've been. Same as my personal car. The UI, the screen, everything, the screen in front of you, that's very good. It's very clear. It has tire pressure monitoring system, which the Vios doesn't have. I don't think the City has it as well. For that price point. It has that, which is very good because you need to know how flat your tires are. Interior feels good on the car as well. The Proton interior is very nice. It's very practical. There's huge cup holders. There's wireless charging on the expensive one. Of course, I'm comparing only the expensive one, by the way. There's a lot of space, and it's a huge car. It is a big car because it's a C segment car with B segment pricing, as that's what they've been saying, right? Which is true. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a much bigger car than it's supposed to be, and it's cheap. It's cheap as hell. Like, why would you make that car that cheap? But yeah, Proton did that, which is spot on for them for doing that. Those kinds of prices with a car that size, that literally doesn't exist anymore. 10 years ago, that's how much my Kia Forte costed, and it was in the same category as the Toyota Corolla, which at that time had already costed over 100,000 ringgit. So huge props to Proton for pricing the car very, very competitively, and I'm sure that a lot of people have already bought the car or have already placed orders to it. I can't tell you how it drives, but in terms of drawback, no Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that's just something that I don't think you'll ever get on the car. I don't know. Might be, might not be. Like I said, the small thing that the radio keeps turning onto its full volume, I don't really like that much. I don't know if that's going to be a constant thing, but yeah. The AC controls, the further AC controls, the one that comes out on the screen, that disappears too fast. Hopefully, I don't know if You can change that, but it is slightly mitigated that you do have physical buttons there, the piano buttons. But it's something that it's I don't really like it. But other than that, yeah, I mean, of course, it's a new car. You know, everything is new, everything is nice. I gotta drive it first, see how it really feels, and how you navigate all the controls while driving the car. So review cars in dealerships are gonna come in a few weeks' time. And someone just pulled up in front of me. So, you know, Malaysia, right? Test drives are gonna come a bit later. So stay tuned if you're interested in knowing how I think the car feels. And yeah, we'll find out from there, and you'll find out if it's a good buy for you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.